Yungeen, a rapper, has been named as a suspect in the murder of Foolio, a fellow rapper.
So Yungeen Ace has long been known in Jacksonville. We are consistently monitoring those groups. We have people that are always watching them.
This comes after Alicia Andrews, the only woman arrested in connection with the murder, allegedly implicated Yungeen Ace. Let's examine what this could mean for Yungeen Ace and those who were close to him on this particular date. Alicia Andrews stood before the judge with a defiant expression, pleading not guilty to the shocking crime that had rocked the hip-hop community. Isaiah Chance and Shavit also firmly maintained their innocence. The group was charged with the savage murder of up-and-coming rapper Foolio, a case that garnered a lot of public interest. Gathright is charged with 3 counts of attempted first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, and tampering with physical evidence. Both Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews are
all charged with 1 count of murder in the first degree premeditated with the discharge of a firearm, and 1 count of conspiracy of murder in the first degree premeditated with the discharge of a
All 3 accused were denied bond by the judge despite their pleas, noting the seriousness of the act and the significant risk of escape because of their ties to infamous Jacksonville gangs.
I'm finding that there is a substantial probability that all 3 defendants committed the dangerous crimes that they are charged.
Since Alicia and the other suspects were shown to be at the crime site by phone data and security film, the court determined that their release could endanger public safety. Investigators claim that Alicia Andrews, the only woman implicated, participated in the attack with her co-defendants Isaiah and Sean as part of the rivalry between the Yungeen Aces gang Attic and Foolio's 6-block gang. Alicia's close relationship with ATK and her romantic relationship with Isaiah are also alleged to have contributed to the attack. High-ranking gang members are thought to have influenced her role in the assassination plot. According to investigators, Alicia, Isaiah, and other suspects traveled in 2 vehicles from Jacksonville to Tampa as part of a coordinated plan to target Foolio. Although Yungeen Ace has not been charged, suspicions of his involvement in the killing have grown because of his long-standing feud with Foolio, which is marked by disapproval and public altercations. Investigators believe Ace, as the leader of ATK, may have influenced the suspects and possibly played a part in planning. The fact that the attack was planned and involved several suspects traveling together suggests that Ace and other higher-level ATK members may have been involved, which heightens suspicions. Concerns have been raised over Ace's recent song releases on the same day that Foolio was murdered. Do It is a diss single and music video that Ace released. Some people believe it alludes to planning a hit on Foolio. There are masked individuals shooting another man in what appears to be a motel parking lot in the video, and the lyrics fans who were most interested in violence and shootings conjectured on the timing, with some being astounded at how rapidly Ace. Soon after, on June 28th, Ace released another track game, which many also took to be intended against Foolio. However, the debate didn't end there. Some accused Ace of implicating himself after releasing the disc. Yungeen shared a sample of a new song on Triller on August 25th, with lyrics that seemed to mock Foolio's passing. The song, which is a Cash remix, Cobain Doesn't Bother Me, by La, has what some consider to be fake Foolio lines, as well as references to Foolio's mother and ex-girlfriend, who were also allegedly shot. These songs are thought to offer subtle clues regarding Ace's potential involvement. The most shocking development, however, comes from an unnamed source who claims Ace paid him $10,000 to kill Foolio in a video circulating on social media. The man in the video, wearing a ski mask and an orange beanie, claims that Foolio was killed on his 26th birthday because of his feud with Ace. Investigators are now examining these lyrics for possible clues that Ace may have subtly expressed his intent to eliminate Foolio. The timing of the release of Do It and its content has only strengthened suspicions of Ace's direct involvement in the plot.
Hey, on everything I love, bro. On the dead homies, bro. I put it on everything on my soul, on my kids, man. I'm the one that smacked Foolio that night when he got dropped at his birthday celebration, bro. You feel me? I ain't gonna show my face and get my identity away or nothing like that, but you know, I did that.
The man proceeded to claim that Ace planned the murder.
Money on his head, you feel me? I rock with Ace and them boys, you feel me? ATK, you feel me? I be in Jacksonville heavy, you feel me? If you know, you know. But yeah, you feel me? I did that, you feel me? I handled that, cause, you know, Ace had that money on his head, you know, Ace had him put that 10K up.
The man also said that he killed Foolio because he was sick of him running his mouth. He instructed me to slap the fool because he was sick of him.
Slide told me to smack fool, cause you know he got tired of that running his mouth playing all the time, you feel me?
The alleged murderer also showed no regret for Foolio's passing.
By that money, anybody could get it, you feel me? And, you know, Foolio had it coming to him, so, you know, I don't really feel sorry, you feel me? A lot of people think that, you know, it was on some game, you know, and all that. Like, it ain't even really all that, you feel me? Like, grudges, you feel me? Ace put that bread up, you feel me? And whoever wanted to take it, so I took that.
Detectives are working to confirm these claims and decide whether Ace will face charges in connection with the June 23, 2024 murder of rapper Julio Foolio, a rising star in the hip-hop scene and a prominent figure in Jacksonville's RAP community. Although the allegations have not yet been confirmed in court, they have intensified the investigation, with authorities focusing on Yungeen Ace's activities and his influence over his associates. Foolio was celebrating his 26th birthday on June 23, 2024, when the streets of Tampa were rocked by the violent murder. Foolio was killed, and 3 others were wounded in a flurry of gunfire after being ambushed and fatally shot outside a hotel. The planned attack, which was described as a gang hit, was captured on camera, and eyewitnesses' testimonies have assisted authorities in reconstructing the events that led to his death. Investigators found that Foolio's killers had been following him about all day for weeks prior to his birthday. On Instagram, Foolio invited his more than 1 million followers to an Arabian pool party on his birthday, posting multiple Instagram stories, one of which featured a video showcasing the Arabian after being kicked out for exceeding the property's maximum occupancy. Foolio then shared his new location at the Holiday Inn, which was in the parking lot where he and his team were ambushed in their vehicles by gunmen known as Sean and Isaiah Rashad. The claim that Alicia Andrews gave the suspects the precise location of Foolio on the night of the murder is among the most damning accusations made against her. Claim of investigation after her arrest: Alicia was at Foolio's birthday party and had an inside knowledge of his whereabouts. Videos and pictures of Alicia partying with Foolio hours before his murder have surfaced online, and law enforcement reports also indicate that Alicia gave the killers information about Foolio's whereabouts. She allegedly assisted in tracking and following Foolio and his crew to 2 different locations during the night, at each of which the suspects got out of their car and Isaiah used a cell phone. When the second suspect's car reached each site, both vehicles then trailed Foolio and his companion to the Holiday Inn, the scene of the assault. This allegation is backed up by phone logs and conversations between the suspects, which show that Alicia Andrews was instrumental in the attack's preparation. Alicia's participation, according to the prosecution, was crucial because her disclosed information enabled her co-defendants to find the Foolio exactly, allowing the planned hit. This revelation places her at the center of the premeditated murder case, which detectives are still constructing around her. A key player in the conspiracy, Alicia Andrews, was arrested along with Sean Geit and Isaiah Chance in the events leading up to the July 29, 2024 deadly shooting.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Stop. Turn around. Keep your hands up. Turn around. Hands up. Keep your hands up. Hands up. Don't reach for your waist. Do not reach for your waist. Look at me. Back up. Okay, go up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Alicia and Isaiah were discovered together in a home, along with the charges connected to Foolio's murder, while Sean was taken into custody at a shopping mall. Due to her failure to turn over 2 more suspects, Alicia is now also facing charges of peacefully resisting an officer. Rashad's. Both Murphy and David Murphy have been connected to the crime. David is still at large, and Rashad has been arrested and is being held without bond at another correctional facility. The 2 brothers are also charged with the murder.
All right, Mr. Murphy, you are charged with 1 count of premeditated murder in the first degree with the discharge of a firearm, 1 count of murder in the first degree premeditated, and 3 counts of attempted murder in the first.
As the trial goes on, the evidence against Alicia Andrews and her co-defendants continues to point to the involvement of a top member of the ATK gang, specifically Yungeen Ace, who has not been formally charged in Foolio's murder. Sean Geit was reportedly involved in a previous attempt on his life when he was shot in the foot in October 2023. During his arrest, Police also found a 9mm pistol and shell casings linked to the October attack, as well as a brass catcher, a device used to prevent shell casings from being left behind, which shows a history of violence on the part of G. Could have serious repercussions for one's job and legal situation. Ace can be subject to severe legal consequences if there is strong proof linking him to the crime. Even though Ace did not personally carry out the shooting, he could still be charged with conspiracy or first-degree murder under Florida's gang-related statutes because the murder has been framed as a premeditated gang hit. If there is proof, the degree of planning and coordination that went into the attack. 2 cars tracking a Foolio from Jacksonville to Tampa indicates that it was a well-planned killing. Even if Ace was not physically present during the murder, he could still face consequences for being the leader of ATK. In the music industry, especially in hip-hop, controversy can sometimes propel an artist's rise to fame, but being suspected of involvement in a high-profile murder could seriously harm Ace's career, as many rappers make references to street life and gang culture in their lyrics, the distinction between true artistic expression and record labels advertise musicians and venues if Ace is officially connected to Foolio's murder. They might put some distance between them in order to avoid being linked to violent crimes. Though accusations of planning the murder of a rival could change Ace's narrative from one of a survivor of street violence to one of a perpetrator of it, this could alienate some fans while possibly attracting others. The long-term effects on his reputation and career are still unknown, but it's obvious that the stakes are high. Ace's past struggles, including surviving a quadruple shooting that killed his brother and 2 close friends, have shaped his music and given him credibility, are greater than ever before. Born Cade Bullard, Yungeen Ace has experienced a life filled with violence, loss, and the harsh realities of growing up in Jacksonville, Florida. As the leader of the ATK gang, which stands for AC's Top Killers, he has been at the center of a bitter feud with rival rapper Julio Foolio, whose murder in June 2024 has raised questions about AC's potential involvement. The feud between Yungeen Ace and Julio Foolio has become one of the most well-known and violent R&Bs in recent years. Both artists are from Jacksonville, a city with a long history of gang-related violence. The rivalry between the two is rooted in street conflict, with each representing a different faction. And Ace leads ATK, while Foolio was closely associated with the 6 Block gang. This beef escalated from bad to deadly in May 2017 when 19-year-old Zion Brown, Julio's cousin, was fatally shot by a man who stormed a home on Jacksonville's west side. Arrested in connection to the shooting was 19-year-old Deonter. Following more research, Thomas and Yungeen Ace were linked to a robbery in Orange Park 7 months prior to Brown's murder. The robbery involved stealing from a marijuana vendor and gunfire into the house, narrowly missing a couple and a 1-year-old child named Jean. Ace pleaded no contest to the charges. Ace became the target of a retaliatory. In an interview with Revolt TV, Ace talked about the incident and how it still affects him. In June 2018, he and 3 other teenagers went to a restaurant in the town center to celebrate his brother's birthday. Ace survived despite being shot 8 times, but the other 3 people, including his brother Trevon Bullard, died. The other 2 victims were Royal Devin Smith Jr. and Joseph Desad Grover.
Every time I'm in the car, I get that beat acting crazy at lights and stuff like that. I can't really loud sounds that throw me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like sounds I'm not aware of. Yeah. I get tweaking and jumping and all doing all kinds of stuff. That's why I don't like being around a lot of too many people. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to be in.
Foolio made a number of social media posts following the mass shooting that glorified the violence and made fun of the victims. In one case, he made a t-shirt with a picture of Royal Devin Smith Jr., also known as 23, and the words "Rest in Piss 23. Foolio shared a photo of the shirt on Instagram, saying he would be wearing it to his next show in January 2019 at the Cycle. Violence continued with another shooting outside the Paradise Gentlemen's Club on Bay Meadows Road, where rapper Willie Addison, also known as Boss Goon, was shot and killed. Members of ATK, including rapper Hakeem Robinson, were also hurt, including his father, Adol Robinson, who was shot in the back. Charles Quinton was shot dead as a result of retaliatory violence. McCormack Jr. Lil, a KTA rapper, was shot dead in January 2019. Julio Foolio and his girlfriend were wounded in separate shootings in February 2019, and Julio Foolio's younger brother, 16-year-old Adrian Denard Gaynor Jr., BB Lie, was shot dead. Yungeen Robinson, commonly known as Chu, commemorated the murders of KTA members by featuring the victims on the cover of his album BB Lie, which has the same name. Foolio's younger brother, Yungeen, survived another attempted murder in Waycross, Georgia, in March 2019. Although a 30-year-old man was killed in the incident, multiple people were arrested in connection with the shooting, which marked another violent episode in the ongoing feud. In March, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrested Casso and charged him with the murders of BB Lie and Julio Foolio. Foolio responded to Lil Buck Casso's earlier films glorifying the murders and tormenting him with movies ridiculing ATK and Yungeen Ace, who claimed responsibility for Ace's brothers and Royal Devin Smith Jr.'s deaths in 2021. Ace worked with a Quick Money Goon and other people I smoke with on the track, and their names are uncomfortably mentioned. In response, Foolio released his own diss track, When I See You, a remix of Fantasy When I See You, in which he taunted Ace. In the video, Foolio displayed a banner with pictures of the 3 teenagers who were killed while riding with Ace, including his brother Trevon Bullard. The dispute persisted into 2023 after Foolio posted a video clip that appeared to reveal. In his police inquiry testimony, Yungeen Ace called him a rat and implied that Ace had assisted the police in a dispute involving their crews.
Who was fighting? They were fighting. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You were there. I know, I don't, like I said, okay, tell me.
The animosity between Yungeen Ace and Foolio is so intense that even common people attempt to take advantage of it. For instance, a woman discovered Foolio's ID and took it as a hostage, demanding $10,000. If Foolio didn't comply, she threatened to reveal Ace's address, demonstrating how the rivalry has turned into a form of payment, but it's unclear if Foolio complied with her demands prior to the murder accusations. Yungeen Ace had already had several run-ins with the law in 2019. He was arrested for carrying a concealed weapon, but was later released on bond. His legal troubles have further complicated his. Even though he has made an effort to disassociate himself from gang affiliations, his reputation as someone torn between the music industry and the streets has made it challenging for him to leave his criminal background. The purported choice by Alicia to name Yungeen Ace as the murderous mastermind of Foolio could have serious repercussions for her legally as well as within the gang culture. In gangs like ATK, loyalty is paramount, and any cooperation with law enforcement is viewed as snitching. If Alicia did in fact provide important information that implicates Ace, she might be targeted for retaliation from ATK members or other Foolio crew affiliates. Such a betrayal could make her a marked person, particularly in prison where gang codes are tightly enforced. Being called a snitch can follow someone for the rest of their life, and Alicia's cooperation could cause her to become estranged from her former associates. May be offered witness protection or other forms of protection from law enforcement if her testimony results in charges against Yungeen Ace, but accepting it would further cement her reputation as a snitch. Even with these safeguards, the reach of a gang like ATK could still endanger her safety. Her choice to turn on Ace might potentially change her life.